My overconfident brother terrorizes every event with his dance moves, but his career ended when a real instructor destroyed him in front of everyone. My brother Felix thought he was the greatest dancer who ever lived. He'd never taken a single dance class, but somehow convinced himself he was professionally gifted. At every family event, wedding, or birthday party, Felix would make it about his dancing. Time to show everyone how it's really done, he'd announce before taking over any dance floor. He had signature moves he'd named himself: the helicopter, where he'd spin his arms so violently that people had to duck; the salmon surge, where he'd flop on the ground pretending to swim upstream; the falcon strike, where he'd karate randomly chop the air while attempting splits he couldn't do. At our cousin's wedding, Felix pushed the bride out of the way during her first dance. "You're doing it wrong. Let me show you real passion," he said, then proceeded to interpretive dance to their romantic song like he was having a medical emergency. The photographer captured the bride's horror as Felix writhed on the ground doing the earthworm's revenge. He cleared every dance floor within minutes, not because people were impressed, but because they were afraid of getting hit. Felix had given 3 people black eyes with his arm movements. He'd knocked over cake tables at 2 different weddings, attempting the tornado of truth, but Felix thought people moved away to give him more space. "They recognize greatness when they see it," he'd say, sweating through his 3rd shirt. "Our parents enabled him." "Felix has such confidence," Mom would say while avoiding events where dancing might happen. They were too embarrassed but wouldn't tell Felix he was terrible. He started bringing his own speaker to override the DJ. They never played good dancing music. His playlist was obscure electronic music with no rhythm. He'd dance alone while everyone stared in disbelief. "You have to feel the underground beats," he'd shout over screeching techno while doing moves that looked like he was fighting invisible bees. At job interviews, Felix would mention his dancing immediately. "I'm also an accomplished dancer, which shows my creativity and physical discipline," he'd say. He didn't get callbacks. He started a dancing social media where people commented asking if he needed medical attention. Felix thought they were jealous. The incident that finally ended Felix's delusion happened at our sister Nora's engagement party. It was a fancy event at a country club with her future in-laws who were very proper people. Felix had promised to behave, but we knew that meant nothing. The moment music started, Felix ripped off his jacket, revealing a tank top that said "Dance Machine" in glitter. "Time to elevate this party," he announced, pushing past elderly guests. He started with the helicopter, immediately smacking a waiter carrying champagne. Glasses shattered everywhere. Felix didn't stop. He transitioned into the salmon surge, flopping on the wet floor and cutting his hand on broken glass. Still didn't stop. Blood was flying as he spun around. That's when the country club's dance instructor walked in. They were supposed to lead a waltz lesson for the guests. The instructor watched Felix for 10 seconds before saying loudly, "Is this man having a medical episode? Should someone call 911? Felix stopped mid-falcon strike. "I'm dancing. I'm a dance expert, actually. Maybe you could learn something." The instructor, a 70-year-old woman named Dolores who'd been teaching for 50 years, looked Felix up and down. "Young man, what you're doing is not dancing. It's not even rhythmic movement. You're just flailing with confidence." Felix laughed. "You're probably intimidated by my modern style. Traditional dancers can't understand my innovation." Dolores walked onto the floor. "Would you like to dance together? Show me your expertise." Felix's eyes lit up. Finally, someone wanted to dance with him. Prepare to be amazed. The DJ played a simple waltz. Dolores stood in a perfect position. Felix immediately started doing the tornado of truth, spinning wildly with closed eyes. He spun directly into Dolores, who stepped aside like a matador. Felix crashed into the dessert table. He got up covered in cake and tried the ascending phoenix. His foot caught a tablecloth and pulled down an entire table setting. Felix kept dancing, doing the earthworm's revenge through broken plates. Dolores watched with scientific fascination. "In 50 years, I've never seen someone so aggressively incorrect. You're literally doing everything wrong. It's almost impressive." Felix stood up, breathing heavily, covered in food and blood. "You just don't understand my style." Dolores pulled out her phone showing Felix a video from 5 minutes ago, filmed by multiple guests. He watched himself flopping through broken glass and cake while elegant music played. For the first time, Felix saw what everyone else saw. His face went white. "I look like I'm being electrocuted," he whispered. "Yes," Dolores agreed. The wedding was called off 2 weeks later. Nora's fiancé couldn't stop laughing about Felix's dancing, and Nora didn't find it funny. Felix doesn't dance anymore. He took one lesson with Dolores, who told him he had the rhythm of a broken washing machine.